Hello, and welcome back to the cabin. We haven't been to the little winter table here in a while. We've got to catch up on some viewers' letters. Not having tea today. Made shakes earlier, so I'm having my shake. And our new program, AGA, Ask Grandma Anything, is going great. Keep sending in those letters and questions from you grandparents that support each other. Today, I'm doing a viewer short story. And this one fits right in since it's Christmas time. It's called The Old Farmer at Christmas. Once upon a time, in a small snow-covered village, there lived an old farmer named Harold. His weathered hands that had tilled the earth for decades and nurtured crops and caring for his beloved animals. Yet, as the years passed, the laughter of family had faded from his farmhouse. His wife had long since passed, and his children had moved away, starting lives of their own. The holidays had become a bittersweet time for Harold, filled with memories that seemed to echo in the quiet of his home. On Christmas Eve, Harold sat in his worn armchair, wrapped in a thick blanket. The flickering glow of the fireplace cast dancing shadows around the room, but it couldn't chase away the blanketing of the world outside in a soft white. He missed the warmth of family gatherings, the joy of shared laughter, and the delicious smells wafting from the kitchen. While the townsfolk noticed Harold's absence from the festive celebrations, they remembered his gentle spirit and all the help he'd given over the years. Whether it was fixing a fence or offering fresh produce from his farm, it didn't matter that he didn't have family around him. They considered him a part of their community, a neighbor, not to be forgotten. As evening descended, a small group of townspeople gathered together with a mission. They set out, braving the chilly wind and carrying trays piled high with food. At the front door was Mrs. Thompson, the town's baker, known for her delicious pumpkin pie and fruitcake. Behind her followed Mr. Jenkins, the butcher, proudly bearing a perfectly roasted turkey with all the trimmings. Knocking on Harold's door, the townsfolk called out warmly, "Merry Christmas, Harold! We've brought you dinner." Harold opened the door, surprised to see so many faces filled with holiday cheer. The smell of roasted turkey and freshly baked treats enveloped him, stirring a sense of joy he thought he had lost. As they carried in the feast, he could hardly contain his gratitude. They filled his small kitchen with laughter and light, setting up a table and groaning under the weight of the sumptuous meal. "We've also brought you some gifts," said young Emily, placing a few cozy bundles on the table. Wool socks and a warm toque, knitted with love by the children of the town. And we presented them to Harold, and he had a cheerful smile. As they shared the dinner together, Harold's heart swelled with warmth. The laughter of his neighbors and the delightful clinking of forks against the plates and the joyous stories shared around the table rekindled a light that had dimmed in his life. In that moment, surrounded by the kindness of his community, Harold felt embraced by a family he never knew he had. As the night wore on, the old farmer realized that love and community had the power to bridge even the loneliest of hearts. The townsfolk reminded him that no one should be alone, especially during the holidays. And from that Christmas Eve onward, Harold became an integral part of the town's celebrations, forever remembering the kindness of his neighbors who made him feel loved and cherished, reminding everyone that sometimes it takes just a little bit of compassion to light up someone's life. Well, that was a wonderful story. Yes, I could hear the jingle bells. Very good. Thanks for joining me here at the little cabin for a viewer's short story, The Old Farmer at Christmas. That was very nice. And we'll see you again soon at the little cabin for all kinds of shenanigans. You never know what's coming up next. As always, be kind to nature and be kind to each other. And go out into the forest as often as you can. Just not after dark or alone. I like the tape, it looks good.